Little but mighty!
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Geraldine and I am an English teacher and curriculum specialist at Little but Mighty. In one of my earlier blog posts, I shared the different types of questions found in non-narrative comprehension. In today's video, we will be taking a closer look at one question type in detail, and that's the summary question, which many students find difficult to do well in. Just in case some of you have never encountered the summary question before, here is an example. Using your own words as far as possible, summarize the daily tasks of the zookeepers at the Singapore Zoo. Use only information from paragraphs 4 and 5. Your summary must be in continuous writing, not note form. It must not be longer than 80 words, not counting the words given to help you begin. At the beginning of their workday, zookeepers at the Singapore Zoo... Now that you have seen an example, let me give an overview of the summary question for those of you new to it. The summary question is one of the question types that you will come across in the comprehension component of the O-level paper. Specifically, the summary question is usually the last question of Paper 2, Section C. It requires students to pick out points from certain paragraphs in the non-narrative passage and summarize them into 80 words or less. Paraphrasing is a key skill for the summary question because students are expected to use their own words as much as possible. Finally, students are marked upon 8 for content and 7 for language. Worth 15 marks, the summary question definitely carries a high weightage. This is why it is important for us to learn how to approach it with care and caution. In order to achieve this, you must analyze the summary question and understand its requirements. Now, I will go over the 3 steps of summary question analysis, which all of you should carry out before diving into answering the question. Step 1. Identify the focus of the summary question. The focus of the summary question refers to the type of points you must pick out from the paragraphs to summarize. So, if we look back at the summary question from earlier, I will highlight the daily tasks of the zookeepers at the Singapore Zoo and label it as the focus of the summary question. By picking out the focus of the question, I know I should not be picking out information on the emotions, diet, or relationships of the zookeepers when hunting for points in the passage later. Instead, I need to locate points about the many different tasks these keepers carry out as part of their job taking care of animals in the zoo. After identifying the summary's focus, I will try to unpack the meaning of certain keywords. For example, I will scribble down that the word task usually refers to actions or activities, and will thus be on the lookout for verbs, also known as action words, when scanning the passage for possible points. I will also note that daily means that these tasks have to be carried out every day. And I shouldn't pick out tasks that are not carried out on a daily basis to use as points in my summary. By ensuring that you fully understand the focus of the summary question, you will find the process of picking out points much easier. So, do not underestimate the power of highlighting and annotating the summary question. Step 2. Identify which paragraphs the summary points are located in. Reading on, you will realize the question always identifies for you which paragraphs to pick out points from. Once again, you should highlight these numbers and then turn back to the passage to circle these corresponding paragraphs for use. Carrying out this step reduces the risk of you carelessly highlighting points from the wrong paragraphs. This is a fatal mistake that can cost you a lot of marks. Students have a tendency to do this when they are rushing through the summary question. So always spend some time double-checking that you've identified the correct paragraphs to pick out points from. Step 3. Analyze the starting words that have been given to you. In every summary question, you are given a few starting words to help you begin your paragraph. It is essential that you read through these words and ask yourself the following questions. So number 1, based on the starting words, what tense should I write my paragraph in? Number 2, based on the starting words, which point should I begin my paragraph with? Number 3, based on the starting words, which focus must I begin the paragraph with? Do note that this is applicable only for summary questions which ask for 2 different types of points. For example, there are some summary questions that ask you to list out the advantages and disadvantages of something. For the question we saw earlier, we have these given as our starting words. At the beginning of their workday, zookeepers at the Singapore Zoo... While reading through these words, I know I have to write in present tense. Similarly, I deduce that the first point I start the paragraph with must be the very first task zookeepers start the day with, given the phrase at the beginning of their workday. And there you have it, the three main requirements you must analyze before diving into a summary question. Of course, after analyzing the summary question comes the more difficult process of picking out the points, as well as later paraphrasing them accurately, both of which you can look forward to in future videos. Until then, happy revising and take care. If you have been enjoying our content, do remember to give us a like and subscribe.